We've run about 5 minutes over already somehow. So this week we're exploring the shoulders and the arms. Metaphorically, we use the saying of carrying the weight on the shoulders, and that is a real thing. So the moment we feel burdened or weighed down by things or stressed and we're holding on to all of that in our body, one of the first places it's going to sit is your shoulders. And so what we're exploring today is that real balance between creating strength in our shoulders so that we're able to hold some of that because we are going to have stresses and strains in life, but also looking at mobility so we're able to release what we no longer need to hold and carry around with us, and also so we have that freedom to move where we want to go. If we're holding too much there and we need to be so strong, actually it restricts our movement, so we're going to be weighed down by all those burdens and in physical sense as well. So I'm going to teach you a beautiful balance between both, if that's okay. So come to a comfortable seat. It can look like me, you might be legs outstretched or on a block or a blanket. And let's start by bringing some alignment into the body, as we always do. So thinking about the shoulders, float them over your hips, and then start to lengthen your spine, really, really tall. And you're going to give those shoulders a big pick up and then slide them down the back of your body. Really pay attention to that today. You might want to do it a couple of times. Crown of the head reaching towards the sky. If it feels okay, maybe close your eyes and start to take those deeper, more nourishing breaths than you normally would. And just start to arrive in your yoga practice in your body, with your breath, on your mat. Letting go of anything that happened before here and anything that's going to happen after. Of course, you can allow those thoughts to be there at the same time as breathing and being on your mat. And start to let some of that tension go. You can think about breathing into your shoulders and out of your shoulders, or you can just feel your shoulders moving with the breath. It's whatever you prefer, it's your session. And you might even consciously think about things you've been carrying with you that aren't useful, that hold you back in some way or feel heavy or burdensome, and you're ready to let them go because they're no longer useful to you. And the exhale is where that release will happen. So you can think about breathing in light, energy, and breathing out that tension, that burden, that emotional tension and burden too. Feeling your body and your breath becoming one thing, marrying them together. Relaxing tension from the brow, the jaw, the belly, wherever else you might hold into. And then staying in this seat of witness and observation, bring that to your mind. So imagine looking down into your own mind and noticing what's here for you today. You don't have to analyse it, judge it, push it away. We're simply watching it. You're perfect just as you are, remember that. So watching the mind in whatever state it wants to be in. Good, bad, and in between. And we welcome everything as a message in our session. So all sensations, all experiences, and all thoughts are welcome here. This is a chance to listen to those messages rather than trying to push them away. And you might want to set an intention for your practice here too. It can be anything you like. It could be based on what we're doing. So you might say something like, I only carry what serves me. I only carry what serves me. Whatever comes up for you, just repeat it 3 times in your mind. And when you're ready, we're going to start our movement practice. So this is your opportunity for a little free flow, really thinking about one way, sort of letting the ear drop to the shoulder. The opposite shoulder, you're going to feel a little stretch. There's a line of energy, and if you stretch your arm away too, that line of energy carries from behind the ear all the way down into the fingertips. So having a little explore of the shoulders almost in each movement here today. But again, moving in any way you like, rolling the head, shaking the head. And then coming down into the shoulders when you're ready. Give them a roll, a shrug, a shake. We're going to be doing lots of these kinds of movements today. Just gently warming up that area of the body, bringing a little bit of blood flow, a little bit of heat, energy, ready for our bigger movement practice. And then same with the ribs, so rolling the ribs around. You can open and close the rib cage. You can slide it side to side. You can do whatever you want. And notice even the shoulders kind of moving and counterbalancing those movements that you're doing with the rib cage there. And then same with the pelvis. So rolling the pelvis around, tucking and untucking the pelvis. Shifting the weight side to side. You might want to squeeze up on your pelvic floor, release. Waking up all that energy in the body, letting it go wherever it needs to go to do the work it needs to do. And when you're ready, come back to your stillness in the center and take a deep breath in. Float your fingertips up to the sky, and as you exhale, start to explore the space around you. Feeling that air on your palms and on your fingertips. Just move your arms around in any way that feels natural to you. So it doesn't have to be a yoga movement, it doesn't have to be something you've done before. It can be fast, slow, big or small, we don't mind. Think about clearing your energy here, clearing your whole body, subtle body, this energy that lies about arm's length away from you. Think about clearing it out of old beliefs, of other people's stuff, anything that doesn't feel good to you, doesn't feel in alignment with who you really are. Push that away. And at the same time, create this healthy boundary around you where you're allowed to say no to things, you're allowed to protect yourself from things or energy that doesn't feel right to you. But nobody else's stuff is going to come into this space unless you want it to. When you're ready, stretch your legs out and explore the movements with the legs outstretched Lovely. And then drop into your body as a whole. So rather than thinking about individual parts, just check, is there some other way the body wants to move? Is there somewhere you've missed or somewhere that wants revisiting? Really think about the body as a whole piece and move it in any way you like. You might even want to just sit in some stillness and let that integrate. Check in with your body and see how it feels different to when you first came into the room. Okay, so let's work with our shoulders now. So let's start with some really big intentional shoulder rolls. So rather than rushing through it, we're going to think about every degree of that circle we're going to hit. So we're going to come forwards first and we're really going to push in each direction as fully as we can. Really slow this down, half speed to what you would normally do. So thinking about some really big shoulder rolls. Thinking about that ball and socket joint working. Sliding down the back body, lifting up through the sides. And then when you're ready, reverse that circle. So come down, back, up and over. Lovely. Give your shoulders a big shrug as you breathe in. And then give me a big sigh when you let them go. And again, big deep breath in. A couple more times. Lovely. When you're ready, bring one arm just to rest by your side or on your lap, whatever feels right. And we're going to shoot this arm straight up out of the joint. So bring it right up. Feel a lift in the rib cage and the side body. Send it as far up as you can, and this arm as far down as you can. Right through the fingertips, sending energy out of the fingertips. When you're ready, bring that arm down and swap sides. So hold for 2 or 3 breaths. And swap again. Lovely. Bring them down, give them a shimmy, give them a shake. Roll the head and neck if you need to. Bring your hands into prayer position. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, I want you to send your palms to face the back wall and your fingers are shooting out level with your shoulder. So nice tall spine, shoulders round, roll down the back of the body, breathe naturally. And we're just going to pulse our shoulders back. So sort of pulse forward in line with the shoulder. Squeeze forward. That's it. Like you're trying to push something away. And I want you to think about the shoulder blades squeezing together and opening out the front of your shoulder. That's it. This is actually a really good strength building exercise for the shoulders. A few more times. Feel how tense mine are just from that. Flip your palms down now, that's it, perfect. So palms are facing the floor. Nice energy from the top of the shoulder into the fingertips, straight arms, not locked. And what we're going to imagine now is drawing round a dinner plate. So about the size of a dinner plate, any direction is fine, because we're going to swap. And again, really slow, each degree is being felt here. Naturally, the slower you go, the more muscle you engage. So it's not a race, it's more about building strength here. And that takes some concentration and some patience. Lovely. Swap the direction of that circle. Go round the other way. drop the arms down, bring one across the body and give it a nice pull, just a gentle pull out of the joint. You can kind of fold it like this, or you can use your hand to ease it a little further. Drop down into a twist by bringing both hands onto one side of your thigh, and use the shoulders to push yourself and anchor yourself into that twist just a little bit deeper. And then back round the other way, so shoulder pull on the opposite side. Start off central and in the middle. Stay here for a few rounds of breath. Give it a little hug, a gentle one. And then when you're ready, turn your body and bring your hands to the outside edge of your thigh. Nice tall spine. Lovely. Coming back to the centre. Swap your legs over if you've got them crossed in your dominant way, if that's possible. If not, you can stay where you are. Now we're going to bring one arm up like we did before, but this time we're going to bend our elbow, and this hand is going to go, if it can, between the shoulder blades, or it's going to aim for that. So you might want to use your other hand to try and push it down a little bit more, but just in a nice controlled way. We're not forcing too much here. Take some deep breaths. Your rib cage is nice and expanded here. And if it feels possible, you're going to swap, so release this arm, bring it, and try and grab your fingertips. I can only do this on one side because I've had a massive operation on one of my shoulders and I've taken half the available tissue. I used to be able to do it. So don't worry if one side feels different actually, because we hold tension on one side more. Usually the dominant side is a little bit more restricted. When you're ready, release, give them a shake, give your fingers a shake, and we'll do that on the other side. So bring one arm up, big stretch, bend, palm comes between the shoulder blades. Keep this elbow pressing back, and then use your other hand, just ease it back and down. That's it. And after a few rounds of breath, you can either stay here, or you can try and grab your fingertips. Can't find mine. I found them, but I can't grab them. So yeah, anywhere in between, aim for that. Keep breathing. Lovely. Release. Perfect. Again, shimmy, shake, roll, whatever you need to do. So again, this one is sometimes available, sometimes not. It just depends on the shape of your body, and we're all very different. So you're going to take your left arm underneath your right, so right arm comes up and over, and if you can, just press the palms together, or it might be more like this. It's up to you. If it's there, you're going to bring your palms together, so wrap the wrists around each other. That's it, well done. So from here, we're going to inhale as we press up and away, feeling those shoulders pull and the back open. Exhale, bring it back down towards your heart. Perfect. And again, inhale, up and away. Beautiful, well done. Exhale, squeeze it back down. Let's do that a couple more times. Now we all need to work on our shoulders and upper back, because all of us in this room own a phone, I presume, and we all spend a lot of time doing this. So we need to reverse that by strengthening these muscles and stretching them out. Lovely. Untie your hands and arms, shake them out, and we're going to do the same thing the other way. So this time my right arm's coming under my left arm comes up and over. Now it might look like this, you might have the backs of your palms together. If it's there, bring your palms together as much as possible. It might not be, so that's okay. Inhale, up and away. Exhale, bring it back down. Inhale, up and away. Exhale, back down. Lovely. Release that, give your shoulders a shimmy, a shake, or a roll. Okay, we're going to come onto all fours. If you're not okay on all fours, you can lean on a wall to do this and thread the shoulders, knees under the hips. Draw in that navel a little bit, just to give your back a little bit of a flatter surface. It's not going to be completely flat, it is a spine after all. So hands on the floor, tops of the feet pressing into the earth, and the eyes at the elbows shining forward. Shoulders away from the ears, and lengthen the crown of the head into your spine. Make any adaptations that you need, so you might prefer your knees wider or closer together. You might want to be up on little fists, it's up to you. So inhale, peel one arm up, turn your upper body. As you exhale, bring it onto your back if you can, or somewhere in between. So the back of your palm is on your back and the palm is flipped up towards the ceiling, just wrapping it around your waist. If you can, this is tricky guys, slide it round your waist and try and grab your thigh. No? Maybe not then. Just leave it on your back. Keep breathing. 3 or 4 rounds of breath. And then when you're ready, reach it back up towards the sky. And this time we're going to thread the needle. So exhale, send your arm underneath that gap between your hands and your knee and bring the side of your face down to the earth. Try and keep your hips stacked over your knees. Breathe, breathe, breathe. That supporting hand can come off the mat and reach towards the top of your mat if you like. That's it. So another stretch in the opposite shoulder. When you're ready, creep those fingers back underneath your shoulder. Use that supporting hand to press up. Inhale, reach up towards the sky, big stretch, and then exhale, pop it back down. We're going to do that all on the other side. So find your neutral position here. Check the spine, check the shoulders and the neck, hands and feet. Inhale, reach up, open your chest. Exhale, bring your hand behind your waist into that bind. You can either rest it on your back or you can reach through and grab your thigh. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Keep you up. Inhale, reach up to the sky. Exhale, thread the needle on the other side. And if you want to, you're going to reach your arm to the top of the mat. When you're ready, creep your fingers back under your shoulders. Reach your arm back up to the sky, take a big stretch. And then exhale, bring it down. Coming back onto all fours. Now, we're going to take puppy pose. I'll show you a few variations. So, the puppy pose is too intense on your shoulders and your chest. Simply make a little shelf here and bring your head down onto it. You can also put cushions here that you can come down onto. If you want to come into full puppy pose, you're going to slide your arms out on the diagonal and let your chest and chin come down to the earth. Don't let your hips come forward. Keep them over your knees. Okay? And take some deep, deep breaths. It's quite an intense pose, but you shouldn't feel any pain. toes, elbows, slide those arms back in and press yourself back into a child's pose. Coming briefly back into all fours, bring everything back into alignment. You're going to tuck your back toes, send your glutes back, 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 and then peel the knees and hips off the floor, pressing up into a downward facing dog. And just spend some time here, so press your heart down to the earth, lift your hips up, shake your hips. Paddle your feet. And then this is quite challenging, so you can't just stay in your down dog, or you can even just keep coming from all fours into down dog. So roll into a plank, take a few deep breaths, navel drawn in, bottom in line with the body, and then press back up into a dog, a downward facing dog. Pressing your heart down to the earth and lifting your hips high as you can. You can keep a bend in your knees here, and they need to be straight. Roll back into plank. So this is a really good strengthening exercise for your shoulders. Back into down dog. And then back into plank. From here, you're going to drop your knees, your chin and your chest, tucking the elbows into the waist. And actually, here on the floor, we've got our chin, our chest, our knees, our hands and our feet, but our bottom is still lifting up. This is called 8-limb pose. When you're ready, slide forward, so drop the body, untuck the feet, come up into a little baby cobra. It's a bit of an awkward pose. We're going to do it a few times. So tuck your toes, straight up into down dog, lift the hips. Roll through into plank, make sure you've got a lovely straight line here, and then dropping the knees, coming down onto the chest and the chin, elbows into the waist, so just chest, chin and knees on the floor, hands and feet, keep your bottom lifted, slide through into cobra, releasing the feet, that's it, you can come into full cobra if it's there, and then tuck the toes straight into down dog. Let's do that one more time. Roll through into plank. Drop the knees. Keep the toes tucked. Chin and chest come down. Stay here. Few deep breaths. And then slide up into a cobra. Untucking the toes, shoulders down, away from the ears. Beautiful. Press back into a child's pose. Have a little break. We're going to do that flow again, just adding on a little bit. So you're going to come back up into a downward facing dog. You might need to come through all fours. Lovely. Up into a down dog. This time we're going to roll through into plank. And if you can, so go back to 8-limb pose or through all fours. So from plank, guys, with your bottom down in line. You're going to lower your body all in one piece. This is called a chaturanga, and then curl up into your cobra. So I'll show you through all fours as well, okay? Tuck the toes, straight up into a down dog. Roll through into plank, and then here you just drop the knees and come down like a little push-up position instead. Okay, if not, you're going to do chaturanga, which is body in a straight line. One more time, straight up into that down dog. Roll through into plank. Lower your body in one piece. And curl up into a little cobra. or a full cobra. And press back into child's pose. That's all the hard grip done. Lovely, just relax. Roll back onto all fours. Press back into that down dog one last time. This time step your feet wide and walk your hands back towards your feet. Stay in that wide leg forward fold. So turn your toes in a little bit. Let the upper body just dangle and relax. Keep the bend in your knees. Bring your hands onto the base of your spine. Clasp your hands. You're going to raise your arms up towards the sky. And then when you're ready, stand up and pull your hands down underneath your glutes. Keep moving between those two poses. Bending forwards and lifting your arms up. And then standing up, rolling up bone by bone. And pulling your hands down under your glutes. Pulling on those shoulders. Do that a couple more times. Lovely. Release at the top. Come back up and just have a good shake out. And then you're going to help yourself down onto the mat, lying on your spine with your knees bent. Just come down in a way that feels safe to you. Okay, from here, tuck your chin, move your shoulders away from your ears. Take some nice deep breaths. Bring your feet about hip width apart. Take a deep breath in and you're just going to raise your right leg using the heel as your guide all the way up to the sky so that the sole of your foot shines towards the ceiling. And then exhale, point your toe and slowly as you can, lower it back down to the earth. This is actually really good for your core too, so swap sides. And what you want to think about is anchoring your shoulders to the floor to keep you in position. Exhale, point the toe. Lovely, do that a couple of times either side. Go. And then, when you're ready, you're going to do both legs together. So this time you can squeeze your legs together, turn the feet out slightly, point the toe, and exhale down. Lovely. Relax on the floor when you've done those rounds. Let all your muscles sink down. Now you're going to pick up your right leg, pointing the toe towards the sky. Keep your navel drawn in and your shoulders pressing down onto the mat. I want you to, like we did with our arms, draw round a dinner plate with that foot. Firstly clockwise, really, really slow. And then anti-clockwise. Lovely, lower that leg back down, nice and slow, keeping the toe pointed. And do the same thing with the other side. And the other way. you want to, you can come up into your shoulder stand. So bring your hands by your sides, palms flat on the floor. You're going to bend your knees into your chest, straighten your legs up to the sky, lift your hips up and catch your hips with your hands. And I want you to think about floating your legs out from your hips, so they're not forwards, they're not backwards. Okay? Take some deep breaths here. One more option to add on, you can stay here or you can stay in your double leg raise. Bring your legs parallel with the ground, so knees floating above the face. And bring your hands away to catch the ankles. This is called your pose of tranquility, apparently. When you're ready, slide your arms back down, hold your hips, bring them back up to the sky, and then bring your hands onto the mat and slowly roll down through the spine. Give your legs a big hug, a big squeeze. Give them a big circle away from each other and around. And around the other way. Lovely. And then just hold and give them a really big squeeze in the centre. When you're ready, you're going to come back onto all fours for your yin pose. So, seeing as it's yin, if you've got any cushions or blankets with you, feel free to bring them under the body. We're going to do thread the needle. Does anyone want to borrow a cushion? Get a little bit more supported. No, you can even like fold your blanket underneath your body as well. And we're going to do thread the needle, but this time we're coming into a child's pose, so it's a little bit more relaxed and passive. Are you having that idea? Okay. Will I have this one? Can you have this one? No? Okay, so come on to all fours. You can reach one arm up first of all, breathing in, and then exhale. You can scoop it under your cushion, send your hips back, give your cushion a big cuddle, and this arm is reaching through. So as it's yin, spend the first couple of seconds just fidgeting, making sure you're relaxed. You could do it sitting under a shoulder pull.
I just need another pillow for you.
I'll have it. You can have this one too if you need it. So start to take those deeper, longer exhales, breathing into the back of your body. Close your eyes and start that journey into the centre of yourself, working through energy, breath, sensations, memories and emotions in your own order, at your own pace. And what I mean by working through is simply witnessing it all, letting whatever wants to draw its attention to you do that in its own way, and you just watch like you're watching clouds pass through a sky. Staying passive, observant, neutral, non-judgmental, and welcoming to everything. And thinking about deep release in the shoulders with those out breaths. So in a biomechanical sense, the shoulders are deeply connected with the shoulder blades. We often think about our shoulders, but not our shoulder blades. So keeping those healthy, in check, strong and flexible can also really help with shoulder cushion under your support and send your hips back into a child's pose. That's it. And same process as always, fidget a bit, find that sweet spot, and when you're ready, surrender, let go, and melt into the pose. Letting whatever wants to shine light on itself be present to you. And this quote says, rest is also strength. When you're ready, press into your supporting hand, slide your arm out, roll briefly back onto all fours if that feels okay. And then you're going to make your way down onto your back in Shavasana, unless you prefer to lie on your side or front. Simply lying down on your back or your side or front and relaxing however you like. So I would suggest letting your feet, knees and thighs kind of flop away from one another, having your palms flipped up with your fingertips soft, chin tucked down. You can have a block or a blanket, whatever you need to feel super comfy. And of course, I always invite you to close your eyes if that feels relaxing to you. If not, cast your gaze somewhere. Start to really extend your exhales. So if you're breathing in for 3, 4, or 5, you're going to breathe out for 5, 6, or 7. And again, thinking about that total release, just sort of washing down the front and back of your body like a waterfall trickling down, letting go and releasing anything that needs to be released with the breath, and simultaneously allowing your body to open, become fluid, and melt down into the surface on which you're laying. And I want you to imagine standing in front of yourself. So you're looking at a version of you or you. And this version of you has a really big, heavy backpack on it. how many things are inside the backpack. You don't need to know what they are or how they got there, but just the size of the backpack. Now imagine stepping inside this body now, so you merge with this other person, and you become one, just you. And you feel the weight of this backpack. How heavy does it feel on your back? Does it feel really heavy? Somewhere in between? Is it light? And I want you to imagine taking this backpack off, placing it on the ground, and watching it slowly dissolve away, carried away by the earth. Maybe it turns into tiny little particles that can be blown away by the wind, but whatever was in this backpack, you don't even need to know, has been carried away from you now. And coming back into that body, you notice how much lighter you feel, and how now you can do things which perhaps you weren't able to do wearing that heavy backpack. And just spend a couple of moments thinking about whatever you've released, this new freedom that you have, these new movements you can make, the places you can go, the people you can see, the things you can do without the weight of whatever you were carrying. And how nice it feels to be free from those burdens. Fully embodying this feeling inside your body, inside your mind. And then simply coming back whenever you're ready to leave that image behind, but keep the feeling with you, to those deep, deep out breaths and that feeling of release. Relax and let go. And you might want to repeat the intention that you set at the start of your practice here, which was I carry what only serves me, or your own version of that. Just repeat it a couple of times in your mind, letting that little seed plant so you can carry it with you after your session today and let it do its work in the background. And when you're ready, start to bring your awareness back to your body lying on the mat, the weight of your arms, your legs, your torso, and your head. And you might want to bring some gentle movement into the body by wiggling your fingers and your toes. Rolling your wrists and ankles first one way and then the other. And then in your own time, taking that big full body stretch, screwing up every muscle in your body and your face, and releasing, letting go. You might want to do that a couple of times. Squeeze, 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 and let it all go. Perfect. When you're ready, bend up your knees and roll on to whichever side feels safest for you. okay, you're going to give your upper body a big hug, a big squeeze, and take a lovely gentle smile to yourself, releasing all those feel-good hormones into your body. Pressing your hands into the earth, come up to the seat in which you started. And we will end our session the way we always do, with a few final healing breaths together. So taking a deep, deep breath down into the belly, bring your arms wide and all the way up above you, touching the palms together. An even deeper, slower exhale as you float the fingers through the air and touch the earth. And again, big, deep belly breath. Big, deep, slow, releasing exhale. Last one up. This time hold your hands in prayer position, and as you exhale, float your hands through your crown, down past the third eye, throat and onto the heart, relaxing the elbows. Bring your chin down towards your chest and take a bow to yourself, your beautiful practice this morning, for finding a balance between strength and flexibility, between carrying and letting go. And I bow to you